I'm in Finland, in the city of
Valkeakoski.
to test drive the Lahti Flyer 520 for the company
Valkeakosken liikenne.
Welcome to Finland. Today I will test drive a bus that is far from new. In 2008, the beauty behind me was built on Lahden Autokori in Lahti. And I will take it out on the road to test drive and to try out a couple of things. Well, did it keep itself for so many years? Is the design still good enough? And how is it to drive the manual Comfort Shift? Well, all the answers will be given in this video. Welcome on the road. This is the Lahti Flyer 520. Now I'm really excited because I'm sitting behind the steering wheel of a 2008 model, Finnish built Scania. This is the Flyer 520. Oh, this can be fun. Let's start by fastening the seatbelt. Comes a little bit every time I'm... Okay, there we have enough. And I'm actually surprised that it's this new Scania steering wheel. I thought it was the little bit older version even, because we do have the Comfort Shift here. But I like this steering wheel, I like this panel, and now I really want to get to know this bus a little bit better. The first thing I have to say that it's a lot of windows around me. Look at the big side window, even lowered the side window. And you know, I like a lowered side window. And this 2008 model have it. Why is new, modern, fancy buses building the side windows up here? And it's this big. That's all you get in some new buses. But this, oh, just perfect. And when you look around me, I have plenty of space. I can turn my seat a lot. It's very easy to come in and out. And behind me, there is no glass, there is no plastic. Everything is an open environment. And look at the beautiful colors, the textures. It's so highly well produced. Today everything is so modern and stylish, but this, you feel it's built by quality and also with love. The handbrake is placed on this own little panel here to the left, light switch straight above, and there you can also change your destination. We have some kneeling functions to the left, and in the panel we have the speedometer in the middle, the trip counter to the left, and a little display where you can see all the errors or the information from the bus. To the right we have two door buttons. The door symbols are pushed away because they have been pushed for more than 15 years. Light switches, manual and nice air conditioning system, and Comfort Shift. Oh, and it's not every day that I'm able to drive a coach or bus with manual stick shift, and I'm really excited to go out on the road to test drive my little driving skills again with it. And now, listen to this. This is the sound of a 6-cylinder Scania engine with 340 horsepower. It's so quiet, but still the sound is like therapy. Oh, I could listen to this for a long time. And this is a little bit interesting and strange because this bus was built in the factory where they produce also the Omni Express. So there is something I'm a little bit interested in here, because this Flyer came to the market in the end of the 90s, and this particular bus was built in 2008. At the same time as this bus was built, Scania came up with the Omni Express in the same factory from the same builders, but the coach is so much more noisy. It was rambling, and when you drove it, it felt like everything was falling apart. But this bus from the same factory, an older model, the same driveline, but a much better coach. And from then, they changed the factory location to a little bit outside of Lahti, and then they started to make the interlink, and then Scania decided to close down the whole production in Finland. Eventually also they closed down the whole production in Poland. Now we only have the Chinese buses left, and it's so sad because here we have quality, we have buses built with traditions and love. And now I want to take it out on the road to feel this love. In with the clutch, put it into gear, start in the second. I will release the handbrake, and I will drive Scania Lahti Flyer 520! So right now I'm driving, you can say, a luxurious intercity bus. This is a bus that is meant for a little bit further distance than just a city bus, but it's not completely a coach. It could have been, because the interior here is so spacious and luxurious, but the bus do miss the toilet. In modern coaches, you maybe have 55 seats, but the one loser in all coaches today is the guide. But look, in this intercity bus, which is not even meant to have a guide, probably is the best guide seat I've seen in a long time. And it's also a bit special because it's angled a little bit against me. But the seats in general in this bus is really comfortable. This foaming is very soft, it's thick, and when you sit down, you feel like the seats are really built for sitting. And the same with the driver's seat. It's so comfortable, you can turn it around, you can easily come in and out. Good armrests, space behind me. I like this bus. This bus is driven by the 340K chassis from Scania with the engine on 340 horsepower, combined with a 7-step manual Comfort Shift gearbox. And this is very fun to use because I can pre-shift. So now I already put it into 6th, and when I now use the clutch, just give it a little tiny push and it slips into the gear. It's just pleasurable to drive this. I don't know what to say, bus or coach. I think I will just stick to bus because it is an intercity bus. I can lift my hand from the steering wheel, I can wave to all the pretty girls in Finland, and I don't have to use the steering wheel because this goes like a train on rails. It's so straight. It's a pleasure to drive. Combined with this manual gearbox, it's very powerful. The torque is immediate and you really feel all the bumps with a great suspension in this vehicle. I love my front window. It's big and nice. I see everything I need. The only thing that steals a little bit from me is the destination sign. It's a little bit lower. When I sit as a passenger, I don't see as much forward as I would like to see. But as a driver, I have a nice vision to my left. Only one standing mirror to the left, but I do have one standing mirror and a wide angle mirror to my right. So it gives me a little bit more overview of the side. And when you drive manually, you don't get all the gear shifts that you get when you drive, for example, the OptiCruise, because that will always optimize your driving. It will go up and down, 11, 10th. But when you drive a Comfort Shift, there is not so many gears to choose from. And you also set your speed yourself. And you don't want to sit to change the gear all the time. And I'm also sure a better economy of the driving style. Oh, it's so nice. The acceleration is just how I like it. It's quite powerful, but it's not like you can knock over people by accelerating. This is just a very comfortable way to get into the speed. And there is no noises here. There is nothing that cracks in the roof, no plastic elements. The Omni Express was like this. If you started up the Omni Express, you felt like, how big was this earthquake? This bus is in operation for
Valkeakosken liikenne.
And it's not in regular daily use anymore. It is in use, so it's still one of the regular company buses that you can see on the road, but it's not in everyday operation like I could hope it was. And Finland is a great country because they really preserve their vehicles for a long time. And it's not impossible to find buses in daily operation here with 20 years of age. And the further up north you get, the bigger chances there is to see the old buses in daily operation. But last year I was in Helsinki, and even they had the 602, the 603s in daily operation from Helsinki bus terminal. And here we are driving this Flyer, and apparently it's only 10 vehicles or something left in operation in the country. So this is a very, very special vehicle to drive. I feel honored to come to
Valkeakoski
to test drive this vehicle here today.
I heard something today that we in Norway like to buy brand new buses from Finland, and then after some years we sell it back to Finland again. But this one behind me have always been here in Finland, and this is the Lahti body Lahden Autokori Flyer 520. So let's take a round and look at this bus. This is from 2008, but it looks like it's from 1997. One thing I like with buses is that I can open hatches all over. If I need to change something on the lamp, change the bulb or change the complete lamp because these have a crack, it is so easy to just open the flap and do everything because the headlamps is hanging on the flap. And under the flap you also have the spare tires. If you have the spare tires like this in the front, it's also a part of the front collision protection. This bus is 12.4 meters and have a door configuration that is 1 + 1 + 0. And you can see the entrance, it's wide. Everyone knows that I like the analog mirrors, and on this one you have standing analog mirrors, you have the blind spot mirror, you have what you need. I learned something here in Finland, that they normally use the 315 tires on the buses, and that's because of the comfort and the surface on the road here in Finland. And the rest of the Nordic areas normally use the 295 tires on the buses. And look at this wide middle door with 3 steps into the bus, and you also have a heater in the lower part, so you don't have all these ice freezing on the first step. Here you have the diesel heater, and you have a small hole here, so you can put the nozzle in if you have to put out the fire, if there is a fire. Oh, you need to clean it. Please take 5 minutes, clean this area, because I can barely see anything. And I believe if I open this box, this is the air filter, it's full of dust. And if the air filter is full of dust, it makes the engine run really bad and use a lot of fuel. We have the Klima compressor, but it's disconnected. And most of the old buses, they disconnect the air condition. Sometimes because of this not working at all, or it's making a lot of noise. We have the belt here for the 2 generators, and I can see the belt is quite new. You can see there's no crack on it, it's a good condition. And another thing I like about this one, that you have a lot of space. And I want to talk about the design of this bus. And first of all, I want to close this hatch. And this hatch is the same as they have on Scala. It means that they have less parts on stock, so it's easier to get one. And look at this lamp here in the back. This looks like the first bus I had, and that was from 1979. And this one is from 2008. Even if the design on this bus is quite old, it is forever lasting. There's details on this bus that I find beautiful even today. On the driver's side you have 3 hatches. There's enough luggage capacity for using this as a coach, but there is no toilet in it. It's made as an intercity express bus. Let's take a look inside of the bus. Welcome on board in the Flyer 520. And you can see this looks like a coach. In this bus that is 12.4 meters, there's 51 seats. There's no standing seats because it's a class 3 bus, but you have luggage racks like this, a lot of space. They don't have a wheelchair lift or ramp, and it's not mandatory here in Finland. One other thing I can see when I'm inside here, it's all the seats are quite clean. There's no table, there's no footrest, there's just seats. And that's what you need when you're traveling for half an hour or maybe an hour. You don't need all the extra things. And for us that drives a coach quite often, we really have to lift up the footrest all the time to clean under the seats. On this one there is nothing, so you can easily clean, but overall it gives you a premium feeling when you have curtain in the bus. It was wonderful to see how many details there is on this old bus, even if it's so simple as it is. But again, we are in Finland, we have time before our flight go back to Norway, so I really want to drive it a little bit more, so let's do that.
Last time I was in Finland, I was test driving the Scania Eagle, and I absolutely love the bus. 2 small headlights, a little smile in the front, just simple. And I really like it because it looks beautiful, and I don't need more than that. And under the Eagle, you have the Falcon, which is a little more simple bus, a little bit lower, but also a simple, very nice bus. Maybe we should try a Falcon the next time. And then you have the Flyer, which is the even simpler bus. It's meant to carry people from A to B, short distances, but you can't take them for longer distances. And when I feel the quality of this bus I'm driving right now, it's quite superb. It's not many modern buses that is built today with this high quality of driving. The driver's seat is just amazing to sit in, and one of the 51 seats for the passengers is also just nice and comfortable to be in. So I'm so happy that I'm here now in Finland to test drive this clinodium of a museum bus that is still in operation for a bus company, and it's great to see that Finland preserves them so well. And look outside, the design keeps itself, the paint keeps itself. Okay, there is a scratch here and there is some parts of the paint that is starting to fade away, but it is the charm. I really love this vehicle. What a dream day on the road here in Finland. It's such a joy to come to Finland to test drive all the old vehicles still running in almost daily operation. It's so sad to hear that this bus is now the reserve of the reserve, but it's still operating in quite many days a week. Because in Norway we do have a very new and modern bus park, and I really like to come to my neighbor country to test drive all this, I will almost say, museums buses that's on the road. So if you like what you see, please click down here. The button is called subscribe, and then you will see all the future videos from us in Bussmagasinet. Until next time, drive safely. Have a good day.